So this is just the basic idea of some linear regression. On the right here, I have some data, years of experience in a job, and then their salary in thousands based on that. So if we want to take a look at that data, put it into our lists, you hit Stat, which is between our second and arrows keys, and we want to edit the list, so that first option. So our L1, I'm going to make the years of experience. So 2, enter, 3, enter, 5, enter. You're going to type each of those in. And hit enter on the last one for sure. Arrow to the right, and then I will put the salary in thousands. Enter on the last one. Go back to the home screen, so second, quit. And we want to make sure that our stat plot is turned on. So you hit second, stat plot, which is your y equals. My stat plot is off, so I'm going to highlight on and hit enter. And I also want to make sure for the type, it's on scatter plot, which it already is. So I've entered in my data into L1 and L2. I've turned on my stat plot. Now I can hit zoom, and then the 9th option down, zoom stat. And it should show those points. Now I want to calculate the best fitting line. So if you're looking at this, though, it has a positive correlation. It's going up from left to right. Looks like it is a linear function that a line can fit there. And compared to what our data is saying, that's saying the more years of experience you have, the higher salary you have. And that should make sense. So now we want to calculate that line. So from the blank screen, the home screen, second quit, hit stat, and then calculate, so to the right one, and that fourth option, linear regression. Your default should be L1 and L2 for your X list and your Y list. And then for storing our regression equation, you hit vars, which is below the arrows. To the right, Y vars. First option function, you hit enter. And then Y1, you hit enter. If you're on a physical calculator, you arrow down to calculate. On the calculate 84, you just hit enter. There's our equation. So y equals 4.79x plus 9.18. Let's say we wanted to use that model to predict how much money you could possibly make in salary if you have 10 years experience. So you're plugging 10 in for the X. To do that on the calculator, we can hit second trace, which is near the top next to the zoom, that first option value, and we want to enter in 10. Hit enter. It's saying 57.176, so on. So that's saying you can expect to make $57,000 for this particular job with 10 years experience. Looking at the data, it should kind of make sense with it. What if we say, okay, you're making $100,000 a year, or let's go $80,000 a year. How much experience do you think you would have? So you're plugging 80 in for your Y now, and you could solve it algebraically. If you want to use the calculator, though, a little trick, in the Y equals, for your Y2, you would put 80, and let's look at the graph again. and you want to see where those cross. It looks like it's at about 14.87. So between 14 and 15 years experience would expect you to bring in $80,000 based on this data. Hope this helps when it comes to finding linear regression. Go back and watch and practice. The more you learn these keys, the faster you'll get it.